All right, guys, it's finally time. It's time for another Mom Reacts, okay? Today we're doing Fishmonger. Fishmonger is an album by Underscores, and it came out in March of 2021, so it's about to turn 2 years old. This is probably the album I've listened to the most, just across every album I've ever listened to. I throw this one on too frequently. I bought too much Underscores merch. I had to rock some of it this episode, or this video. So I'm just waiting for the vinyl repressing. In my opinion, with this album, this will either be your favorite I've shown you, or your least favorite I've shown you, because it's very different. This is the first album with explicit tracks, so I got some profanity on it. It's also a different genre. The last 3 albums I've shown you have been more electronic, and Underscores used to be an electronic artist, but kind of moved out of that with this album, moving more into pop and rock kind of sound. So it's only 10 tracks, 33 minutes long. So yeah. Also, I will say this: do not get discouraged by this first track. If you do not like this first track, does not mean the album is bad, okay?
Alright.
Because I did not like the first track the first time I heard this album, but it's still like one of the best album experiences I've ever had. So.
I know your brothers are very excited for us
Yes.
to finally do this.
Yes, my brothers have been borderline harassing me. They're like, you need to get our mom to react to this album. Let's get back to the lyrics. So what did you think of 70%? That seemed like your most visceral reaction since Fellow Feeling. So, but you loved Fellow Feeling, so I don't know.
Well, it was unexpected because I can see the lyrics on the screen, so I was kind of waiting for the singing to start, and that singing was not what I expected because it's faster and less intelligible than I was expecting.
For sure. Yes.
I like the music part. That's, I don't know, more my style. So I liked that.
Okay.
And the lyrics aren't terrible. I don't know exactly what it was about. I mean, once I kind of got used to it, I was like, oh, okay.
All right.
It's not terrible.
Sweet. That is the most abrasive. You got to remember, I was a huge Underscores fan before this album came out. I did not have lyrics the first time going through this album. This song was a complete, like, I had no idea what was happening. But I thought, ooh, those, like, cool little producer tags at the end were cute. And obviously the instrumental parts were cool. Yeah, for me, I think this song just kind of represents struggling with identity and, you know, finding identity online. And there's, like, you know, you can see all the cruel people around you in the world. Like, this guy's not the best, or, you know... what's it called? Parents sending the kid off. I don't know. I just think of that. But.
Yeah, and is that a good thing or a bad thing? Like, you know, you might see her parents sent their kid off to some asylum. Sounds like, oh, they just got rid of her, but she can't have nicotine for breakfast like she used to. So maybe this is actually a good thing. And it kind of depends on your perspective, the parent's perspective versus the kid's perspective, and. Just like that, the internet's ruining our lives, but it's saving kids, you know, just kind of the different perspectives.
There's almost a duality with this song.
Yeah. I don't know what "And the Water Dried Up." Do you know what that's representative of?
I think this whole album, like, it kind of just fits the imagery of the album.
The water tower?
Right, like there's the water tower, and it's kind of, like, this whole album is kind of transitional. And so it's almost like on my as you can see here, like kind of the middle of nowhere. And so the water drying up kind of fits that aesthetic of, being in the middle of nowhere.
Gotcha.
Originally, I thought that lyric was, I don't want to die young, which I thought kind of fit the, I guess, he only cried funerals, everyone around him wants to die or whatever.
Gotcha.
But that's incorrect. So, all right, next song. This was the lead single for the album, okay?
All right.
This is Secondhand Embarrassment.
Don't talk if you're not gonna say much. You could flip your words with the 4-digit Kinko. Eat your words when it doesn't match the skin tone. Live and let them figure it out. We can do whatever, I just want you around. Have something you don't like the taste of. And if you don't say something, I'm just gonna dig myself. Don't talk if you're not gonna say much. Don't talk if you won't make it worth it.
Alright, what'd you think of Secondhand Embarrassment?
I liked it. Musically, I like this style.
Awesome.
I don't feel like it's easy for me to come up with a theory on what I think it all means.
Mm-hmm.
As the other albums were.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
I like the, don't talk if you're not going to say much. Like, why? But then the alternate voice comes in and is, like, upset that the person's not talking.
Mm-hmm.
But then the chorus is kind of saying, well, don't talk if you don't really have anything valuable to say.
I think the way the title fits in is you get like secondhand embarrassment from this person, and as you can see, Underscore is just kind of ignoring this person, like not picking up the calls. But then there's also lines like, "We can do whatever, I just want you around," which I'm like, okay, does that fit this like same person?
Okay.
This is my most played song of all time. When this song, I think.
Yeah, it's fun.
When this song came out, I listened to it 100 times in a row. I was so.
Well, it's that fun.
I was so amazed. This song is fantastic.
Yeah, it is fun. I like it.
You're an idiot.
Good start.
Bozo, 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 you're an idiot. Always talk too much, let's not get into it. Bozo, 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 better speak up. Welcome to the party, thank you very much. And dance around the subject so my legs hurt. Bozo, 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 you're an idiot. Bozo, 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 you're so careless. You know how I get when I get jealous. Bozo, 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 want it all back. I told you everything, I hope nobody saw that.
I liked that song. I really related to that song because I think it's a lot of firsthand embarrassment and self-loathing and like, why'd you do that? Why'd you say that? Why? I don't know if I'm interpreting correctly, but it seems to me like this person maybe has overshared and is kind of embarrassed about that and regretting that, and maybe then people are like not wanting to open up around him, like I'm just gonna dance around it, but then like, well, if you want to get me talking, I haven't had enough, I'm guessing, to drink, and just this kind of dance of, I don't know, I'm really sensing alcohol in this song, and just that kind of that dance of, oh no, I'm not gonna cross any lines, I'm not gonna, oh no, well now here I am again, kind of crossing lines, the snap my fingers, flip my wrist, and I'll get intimate, like just, I don't know, I feel like the beginning, my guard's up, my guard's up, my guard's up, oh now it's not anymore again.
Okay.
But like I said, I don't know if I'm interpreting that correctly, but that's kind of...
Knowing Underscore's other work, that would make sense, for sure. Yeah, that's a very interesting interpretation. My favorite line from the song has always been dance around the subject till my legs hurt.
That's really good imagery. I like that a lot. That beginning part was interesting to me because there are pieces from the other songs like that wave of the future
Mhm.
and celebrity. I don't know. I thought that was an interesting introduction.
Underscores did a stream where she kind of revealed the thought process for this album, and she said like there were 3 core elements or something like that for every single song. She wanted every song to have guitar in some way and at least one of these producer tags.
Okay.
So these like tags will be on every single song, even if they're not the same ones every time. Next is Kinko's Field Trip 2006.
Okay.
Obviously,
still Kinko's around? They're all UPS stores now.
Yeah, it might have maybe back in 2006.
Yeah, right.
So.
I let admiration get to my head.
I think I'm falling.
How did you get everyone to think that you were impressed?
Hey, I think I'm falling. Hey, I think I'm falling. I think I'm falling.
I really liked that one. It's just interesting because it feels it's a short song, but looking back at the beginning, it ended totally in a different place than where it started.
Yeah.
But I like that beginning, like, probably. I mean, I've played Never Have I Ever and could win that game because there's so much I haven't done, and so I liked that. Like, I probably haven't done that. I'm probably not gonna do that.
Yeah.
I like that line. And if only I knew who it is they think that I am.
Yeah.
And I think we all have those thoughts of, I'm full of it. I'm an imposter. I'm a poser. I'm not, like, I think I'm full of it. I must be full of it. Like, you know, just that kind of journey of discovering who you are. That, I don't know, I'm in my 40s now and I'm kind of starting to feel like, okay, I know who I am.
Right. Like,
and how others see me is not as important to me now as it was when I was in my 20s.
where with Underscores letting admiration get to her head and, you know, copying things.
Right.
She's still trying to find that.
Yes, and then this part here, which seems different to me from the beginning of the Never Have I Ever part, but how did you get everyone to think you were depressed? Admit it, you don't have a world that you're up against. Just kind of that whole, you're a faker, you're a poser kind of thought. I don't know. I liked it.
And of course being full of it. So, I have 2 thoughts on this song. First of all, I think my absolute favorite line is this, just admit it, you don't have a world you're up against anymore. Meaning like, okay, maybe in the past, you know, you dealt with these things, but and then I just remembered this, don't ask me how I'm doing, how I do it. Chances are I probably don't. Like, kind of faking it till you make it. So this song, I remember we were in front of local restaurant and I was singing this in the car and I was doing the, hey, I think I'm full of it. And you were like, you are. Because I was like being too loud or something. So
I do not remember that.
I do. I was like, that's funny. So, yeah.
You're not.
Okay. Sweet.
But I like how it alternates. I think I'm full of it. I must be full of it. I think I'm full of it. I must be full. Like, it's almost this internal struggle of, I don't know, just trying to find your authentic self. And what about me is real? And what about me is how I want the world to perceive me? And yeah, I like it a lot. That struggle's real.
Mm-hmm.
And it stops and starts and it stops and starts. Oh, my mistake. You're not that person. That's not in the textbook. Where did you fall? Where did you go? Someone called a doctor, someone called a medic. That's somebody's daughter. Where did you fall? Where did you go?
Where did you fall? It's a little closer to the other albums we listened to, stylistically. More electronic.
So it sounds like she's singing to someone who she broke up with. And then I liked this little sped up part here. Someone call the doctor, someone call the medic. Different kind of heartburn, wish I hadn't said it. I know that feeling very well. This tears come down like soft serve under my protection. That one intrigued me. I don't know what that meant.
Yeah, I kind of just think that it just kind of means they're flooding down. Because obviously with the soft serve machine, like on ice cream, you press it and it kind of just
the under my
down.
protection was what?
Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe they like harbor that feeling of, oh, I can, express myself. I can kind of be more emotional with this person. And so under her protection, the tears find their way out.
That's just muddy water. Someone clean the septic. Septic isn't just muddy water. That's gonna be poo.
Yeah, no.
I like that that's somebody's daughter. Like, I don't know. I think that's always important to remember that everybody is somebody's somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say I didn't feel like I had a good read on it, but I liked it. I thought it was, I don't know, I could see it playing in the background while I'm cleaning or something.
All right, sweet.
I have notes and
Like
notes.
strictly business.
Take a picture, hope it lasts long. Yeah, I live for the attention. I got a problem and it's not my fault. Pop star, baby.
Thinking about a little something in my septum and a couple tattoos. Shut your mouth, this ain't nothing I saw. I'm smart little brat and I get what I.
What the hell did you expect? I'm a pop star, baby. Pop star, baby.
If I did a little something in the bathroom, could I get it past you? I'm smart little brat and I get what I want. It's the new wave of the future, the new wave of the future, the new wave of the new wave of the future. Listen up when I talk. Listen up when I talk. I'm spoiled little brat.
All right, spoiled little brat.
I liked it. I think it's kind of, she's making fun of herself, and then I loved the turn, the moment of pivot there with, I get what I want, I get what I want, I get what I deserve, and then the whole song kind of changes. Yeah. I like that.
Yeah,
I liked it.
This song's pretty dope because this whole kind of album falls under this genre category called hyperpop, where it's almost just these pop songs that mesh with other genres. And so there's like the rock breakdowns, or here there's like a crazy electronic, kind of stuttering. And this is one of my favorites on here just because, it takes that pop, like it's a very catchy pop song, and then it takes that electronic element I love so much.
But you kind of see the narrator, I'm this, I'm this, I'm this, I'm this, and then I love that. I get what I deserve, and all of a sudden, she's not so wah anymore.
No longer such a brat,
Yeah. Feels good.
Sweet.
White superstar running out of mileage. Can't sleep 2 a.m. I don't really mind it. Ring, pick it up. I could be a sidekick.
Voicemail, think you're so clever. Shut up, come on. And I've been eating toothpaste, cause you give me toothaches.
White superstar running out of mileage. Can't sleep 2 a.m. I don't really mind it.
Alright, your favorite sidekick, what'd you think?
That's my favorite so far too. I like the female voice. I thought it was like peppy and fun. What is psilocybin?
Psilocybin, I believe, that's why I have this pulled up. I believe it's a drug Yeah, it's a psychedelic.
Oh, found in mushrooms. All right.
Yeah, I agree. 8485's like, she's the guest vocalist on here. Her contributions on this song are so good. So like
Yeah.
her verse is crazy. Yeah. Do you have any additional thoughts on this one lyrically?
Is this the part where she's this
Yeah.
black dogs, white socks? Yeah, I liked that whole thing. I just thought it was
The
it
two
was fun.
things.
Yeah.
I think this is, just it's almost chronicling an online relationship. Like staying up till 2 a.m. There's oh my goodness.
Celebrity?
The whole what's it called? Where's the ringtone? Voicemail, think you're so clever, like keeping in touch online. And then obviously like picking a day we could kill some time.
Yeah, that voicemail, you think you're so clever. I took that as she's calling and they don't answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Like they're probably, we're talking, we're together, and then I call you and you don't answer, like, you think you're so clever.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, this song is awesome.
It's very fun.
It's the new wave of the future.
Someone's gonna call you when it's early in the morning. But now the diggers right without me thinking of you. I guess I don't mind knowing. Look out, you know that this is rare. So why the fuck am I still in
Will there be singing again?
No. Nope, that was just a fun little thing they did for 2.5 minutes at the beginning.
Doesn't even change?
Not really.
Same.
Once that little like kind of doodle sound pops in, nothing else really
Alright.
gets added. I'm so conflicted on this song because like this beginning portion by
Yeah.
itself, easily one of the best songs on the album. Like easily. The Knapsack's contribution's great. I don't understand why these are in the same song.
Yeah. Yeah, I have songs like that on my playlist that they'll get through to the point and then I'm like, skip.
Yeah.
It's just okay, let's get to the next one.
I don't even dislike that part either.
Yeah,
Like
it's
if it was a
fine
separate track,
for a time.
Right.
Then,
It's a little
like,
long.
If it's not gonna change,
Yeah.
I'm kind of done with it. I didn't like the echoes. Is that the knapsack part? Like in the beginning, there was like a line and then it repeated the line, echoing back and
Oh
forth. I
yeah.
didn't like
Someone's
that.
gonna call you. Yeah. You didn't like the
Yeah,
kind
I
of call and
didn't.
response type thing?
No.
Okay. Then you probably weren't crazy about this track at all.
I liked the lines. I want to know what I'm doing. I want to know what I did for you to chew me up and spit me out. I like that.
Yeah. Kind of feels unfair, like unfair treatment.
Just that place that you're in when you have a breakup or just an uncertainty about a relationship and where it's going. Like, I just want to know. I need closure. I just want to know what I'm doing. Like, am I continuing on with you in my life or am I not? Like, I want to know what I'm doing, but I also want to know what I did for us to have gotten to this place, for you to chew me up and spit me out.
Yeah.
You know, that's so difficult when you're in a relationship that you think might have a future, that it's just a relationship that you cherish and enjoy, and all of a sudden it just ends and you're not sure why. So yeah, those lines really resonated with me. I felt a real connection to the feeling that I think is behind those lines.
Awesome.
But yeah, I probably wouldn't listen to it again.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is this a track you'd revisit, in the track list compared to?
Nah.
It's fair enough.
Just outside the city, I was holding something. Even through the flash floods, spared at every harvest. I know you are on something. And without a proper burial, they kept it in a drum. I know you are something new.
Okay, so I loved the melodic music and then like you said, the ballad sound.
Mhm.
The whole time I'm kind of like, this is about some freaky fish. That's different. So it was kind of off-putting. But then by the time we got to the end, like, okay, it's very symbolic about taking something that's special and kind of magical and treating it coldly and,
Mm-hmm.
destroying its magic and its
Yeah.
uniqueness. So, I mean, I like the metaphor of it, but still, it's about a fish, so that's just weird.
Yeah. One thing that's cool to note is this song is based on a true story, and it's the reason this album was created.
Oh.
Underscores. I'm gonna pull up the Genius for this because I don't want to butcher. This song has made me cry before. Funnily enough, I don't know if that is embarrassing to admit, but I don't know. Just the fact that when you're in the middle of nowhere, this small symbol, this small prize means so much to this person, and just to have it, taken away and just completely. The legacy of it completely decimated. Like, even if it is just a fish, it's a very important thing. Here's the bio. The fish song, the 9th track of Fishmonger, focuses on a unique yellow milkfish known as the golden bangus. Okay, not a flattering name. That was donated to the Philippine Bureau of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources. According to Underscores, the bangus was earlier observed to be a loner that would detach itself from others in the pond. It died a few months after living in the research pond due to stress and low dissolved oxygen. Before the fish's death, it attracted many onlookers because of its strange nature. And this fish was discovered on Underscore's birthday, or it died. And so that story just really touched her, and that's kind of what led to the whole concept of Fishmonger.
Okay. Yeah, it's funny how some stories you hear them and they just strike a chord with you and have become very meaningful. Like that clearly did to her. And so when I'm like, oh, belly up, and oh, you're singing this beautiful, pretty song about, but it's a fish. But then just the sadness of how it was mistreated after, that part about even the flash floods. I didn't harvest this fish. I wanted this fish to grow. And then it was just treated so coldly. It's kind of sad.
Yeah. All right.
So I don't know how I feel about it. I really loved the music. It was very pretty.
It already feels like October. They said you go with the boy.
It's my bed, it's my bed, it's my bed. Don't like pay it back, pay it back, pay it back.
You wouldn't let it eat you.
It's my bed, it's my bed, it's my bed. Don't like pay it back, pay it back, pay it back. Relax, I'm not built like you.
Wouldn't let it eat you. Wouldn't let it eat you. There's still a swan. Where's this going? Last week thought it changed. Your face hurricane. Blame me once, blame me twice, yeah. Out of my care. Meaningful everything. I had a bad day. It's not a stranger to you.
County Fair 2008.
Okay, so I liked the beginning. It seemed like this memory of... And then I have no idea what happened.
I think
I really like the sound of Maxwell Young, but what is this eat you whole business?
the Eat You Whole. Yeah. So the way I describe this is, with a lot of the album, it's confronting like these heavy emotions, right? And sometimes those emotions can kind of, swallow your heart or swallow. It feels like you're almost drowning. So I always just thought that meant, you wouldn't let your emotions like devour you.
Oh, I see. I see. I'm not built like you. You wouldn't let it eat you
Yes.
whole. Okay.
I agree. So when I made a video where I ranked every underscore song, okay? And I remember my friend Chan was like, how on earth is this bottom half of Underscore's discography? Like the ending, like the way it crescendos and like it peaks
This
at
song?
it peaks at the end, the progression on it's great. I have no idea what Maxwell Young is talking about.
Yeah.
As soon as he comes in, like there was this whole concept.
We'll kiss through cellophane?
What does irresistible swan mean?
Safe.
What does irresistible swan mean? I really want to know. What does your face arcade mean? I don't like. He sounds amazing, but I have no idea what he's
agree.
talking
Okay.
about.
Oh my gosh, I'm so glad to hear you say that because I felt the same way. And I'm listening to this and I'm thinking about the whole album as, it's wrapping up here and thinking, okay, it's either supposed to be my favorite or my least favorite, and I don't know.
Yeah,
Because
it's
I
very
really
conflicting.
like the music, but I feel like there are several songs where what it seems to be about sidetracks majorly, and
Yeah.
I can't figure out what happened.
Mhm.
So, yeah, I like it, and I'm also confused by it
Perfect.
simultaneously.
Perfect. I think there were a few songs on here that kind of, maybe not to the extent this one did, but like the Fish song, you're like, oh, I'm conflicted.
Yeah,
I like it,
yeah,
but I feel weird.
yes.
Or 70%, you're like, oh, this backing track, I
Yes.
like it, but I'm confused.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that's my overall takeaway is I think I liked it,
It's a very confusing.
but I don't know.
Yeah.
Because, I don't know, for me, I really like, I feel like, especially the other albums we've listened to together are very poetic and I feel like are very open to interpretation from the listener that varies.
Yeah.
And some of what, I in watching the video after you made it of the last one, I didn't agree with my initial takes.
Yeah.
When I would listen to the songs again.
The album
And
like grew on you.
yeah, and evolves almost like what they say about like the Bible. It's a living word, and every time you read it, you get something different. And I kind of felt that way about the music we'd listened to before. And this one, I wonder if I listened to it again and again, if I would get different meanings or if I would just feel more confused. I don't know.
Favorite tracks, least favorite track, what are you thinking? 10 tracks total?
I like the Bozo one. I don't know, because maybe it's just that I
No, I love it.
recently have been in that place of why do you and it's something that I'm always working on.
Mhm.
Like just that self-doubt, that negative self-talk. I liked your favorite sidekick,
Mhm.
and Spoiled Little Brat was fun. I don't love the
breakdown.
yeah,
kind of at the end.
and I like the storytelling aspect of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that musical quality is not my favorite, but I like what it meant in that song
Yeah.
and the timing of it. So, yeah.
And then
it was-
Secondhand Embarrassment and Kinko's you kind of mentioned really liking. That
I'm
was
just
that,
gonna bring
"Don't
up the
talk."
lyrics.
Oh.
Bring up the lyrics. Sorry.
I can do that. Don't talk if you're not gonna say much.
Oh yeah, I like that.
Yeah, that song's. And then Kinko was the, hey, I think I'm full of it.
Oh, I must be full of it. I think I'm
Yeah,
full of
yeah.
it. Yeah, I like that one too.
Alright, so you'd say, what, these 3 tracks, favorite sidekick, and then Spoiled Little Brat?
Yeah.
And then least favorite, would you say Dryland? Because we didn't even finish that one. Or
I don't know because I liked until it just got a little like
repetitive.
too redundant.
Yeah.
I almost have to say that county fair one just because I was so
Yeah.
confused.
I think that's
because it
reasonable.
started off, I thought it was gonna tell this little like memory of a field trip or something, which I know that one wasn't the field trip one, but still, like, this is what I remember, and there was a mirror maze, and then we sidetracked to some strange swan thing. I don't know.
Okay, that's fair. And then I have one additional question. We've gotten, we're 4 albums deep now. These are all top 10 albums. This is the first one I've shown you I don't think is perfect.
Okay.
The other 3, I think they're flawless and don't have a problem. But this one, I'm like, I don't know why you start with 70% if you're trying, like, Secondhand Embarrassment and Bozo and Kinko, they have, like, such prominent hooks that really...
Maybe it means only 70% of the real fans will continue if you listen to the rest of it. I don't know.
Maybe.
Maybe it's the other way. 70% will stop listening.
Yeah, that's possible. And then, again, Dryland, even you can keep the ending or make it shorter or make it a separate track.
Right, separate them, yeah.
Obviously, still a top 10 album. Love it. So, out of the 4 albums I've shown you so far, how do you think you rank them? Nurture, Worlds, Good Faith, which is the Maddie-On one, and then Fishmonger by Underscores.
I have to be honest, I kind of forgot we had done 3 before this one. So, I'm kind of forgetting. Maybe they're running together. I feel like Nurture, that was my favorite, right?
Yeah.
I'd say that's probably still the case.
Mm-hmm. Which is fair. It had, like, Mother on it, and there were some other, like, musician. It's really personal to me.
Yeah. This one's just so different because it's more playful.
Yeah.
There weren't any, like, deep songs, at least from my perspective.
There's, like, Heavy with Hoping on the Maddie-On one. There's Goodbye to a World on Worlds.
Yeah.
Like, those are some, like, hard-hitting songs.
Powerful. So this I would probably just listen to, like, on a road trip, just, so it kind of, it feels a different need than the other ones do.
Right.
So, I mean, I guess I would say I like it less just because I do like the depth of meaning of the other albums.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't dislike this.
Yeah. I think I agree with your sentiment, honestly. Like, this is my most listened to album ever.
Really? Because it's just playful, mindless.
I can throw it on and you get these 2-minute tracks that just boom, right? But I don't have as much of a fulfilled listen as I do with Worlds and Nurture and Good Faith. I'm like, holy cow, these are, tugging my heartstrings.
Yeah.
And I mean, I felt that with, like, the Fish song and your favorite Sidekick when I've kind of went through those periods, but not to the same extent. Yeah. This is more just, these are tracks that you throw on, you're like, this is a good time.
Yeah, it's fun. Sure.
So yeah, I agree with you. This is my least favorite of the 4. I adore it though.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, I did not dislike it.
I got a bit of a lengthy outro for you guys. I hope you stick through it. First of all, obviously Underscores released Fearmonger, Boneyard, aka Fearmonger, in December of 2021. I don't think she'd like it as much. But hey, if this video can break my likes record, like if this can get the most likes of any video I've ever made, which you're competing with, like the Fantana video I just made, I'll throw that number up on the screen. We'll do Boneyard, but most likely I'll do a community poll as always, which you can vote on and decide what's next. Yeah. If you want more, feel free to subscribe. We do these mom reacts on occasion. To the left, I think that's this way. Nope, it's this way. To the left, I'll have me ranking every Underscore song. If you want to see my opinions on the Fishmonger tracks, other tracks, check that out. And if you want to see my favorite albums of all time, I mentioned, some of my top 10, you can check out, it's a little YouTube short right here. Otherwise, feel free to subscribe. Underscores, thanks for, I'm excited for your song January 20th. Thank you all for watching the video. Please subscribe. Do it now. Do it.